Mom, I'm not feeling great, and well, and then we go after that. You know what I'm saying?
But the expectation when me can broaden it out and say if I'm on a train or under the metro or whatever, and me see two white man attack you.
I'm not
Would you
expecting
expect me if you
anybody to
just
save
stand up?
me.
Would you expect me if you
I'm
stand up
not
and
expecting
twiddle the
anyone to
thumb?
do anything.
No, 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 no. You know what we're talking about. It's
Hmm.
just a scenario. You don't expect me to stand up there and not do nothing.
I would like for somebody to help me, but my expectation is not, you're not responsible for me. So I'm not expecting somebody to put their self in danger for me. But I would like
Why not?
somebody to help me if they could. But my expectation is not for you to put yourself in risk for my life. But I would like for somebody, God forbid, if that should ever happen to me. But my expectation at this point in my life is very low for
Yeah,
mankind.
yeah, yeah. But what may I say to you is no. Sometimes it's not the expectation, because things gonna happen by reaction, right? But I could never in my days, in my journey, in my life, stand up and see people attack. Not just you, another black woman. I'm in there. I don't care if I die. I'm gonna die trying to protect
Well,
them.
applause to you, sir. But not
Yeah.
not not every we don't have a lot of black men that stand out for a lot of black women these days because I've
Them did I them did I.
situation
But
where people are getting beat down and black men are standing around watching a woman get beat down.
yeah, no. And those are the things that annoy me, jar me to the bone. So when you said, because I remember when I came to England as a child, you couldn't mess around with one black person. You will see 100 of them coming to defend. It's a bit like you say now, it's a bit waning now, right? Because everybody's kind of have their own view. But me being old school, still have that view. And if I'm getting my ass kicked, I'm see black man around me and help me. Trust me, I'm vexed because I expect them to defend me.
Mm.
So what would have changed since?
I think it's the younger generation. They don't have that togetherness as a collective. They don't have that because they're just wide open. It's not their business or whatever. So them not show love to each other as they used to because we had to when we came here. And if we didn't, we wouldn't be protected. But now they're feeling more
You know me have to
free
say to
that
that
they
so that
can walk here and there.
Mhm.
Gary, you know me have to say?
Yeah.
Go
You
ahead.
are going now. You see the
Yeah.
parenting right now are going is not strong fully as before. The parenting before was very strong fully in the home. All parents used to teach them kids about life and what to expect about life and what is there, what them not think about. No, it is not like that. It's totally different because you know when we are grow up as youth, our community used to grow youth.
Mm.
Now, community can involve in your youth growth. See me? And
Hmm.
with that right now, it left the youth them one way for like freelance and just do anything them feel like. But they call it free will. Oh,
Hmm.
we used to exercise free will. We used to exercise free will as an energy where you can differentiate wrong from right. Them are youth of free will right now. Them not differentiate wrong, right from wrong. They just I do be a chaos. For them chaos, we as parents as people, as public, same here in the area. And when that we know, we as parents know, because you know. Because we never used to get certain things when we are youth. See? So realize that we have our youth and we start getting them certain things now. But we never have there. What you call it now?
We never did have our word, we never did privy to.
No, you have an next word for you, man. You have an next word for you, man. You see, what would they have before? And what we never did have before and we have now is totally different. So we are giving you the privilege to have certain things that we not have before, the privilege. So if before now, our parents never used to can buy one Nike shoes, or one Adidas shoes, or one Fila shoes, or certain brand name. So now we grow and we start make our youth them have it without have to work and earn it. And without them have to work and earn it right now. The youth them start move a different way. The music industry of our life. Before, certain music couldn't play upon international life to the people them in the community or our nationality. See? Whether it want to be American, Jamaican, African, Cuban, anywhere, internationally. See? All right now. Now you realize that in this present future right now, there are certain things that's playing out in society where youth are accommodating and listening to it and start to practice it and start to play it out in now. Why them are playing it in now? Because I want them to learn from the movie, the music, the society where they grew up from, and where their parents teach them. See? In our educational system now, that is a different level again. Within our system leader as our prime minister, our what I call it, you know, what they call them? What they call them people that favor parish again, man? What they call them?
MP,
Counselors.
or MP,
Councillors and MP and whatever. Yes. See? Now we realize the things will take place in our society right now. The youth some will learn from this. This we are present to them. And we as parents now are sit back and allow them to exercise this and not teaching them the real reality about life. Because we start to give the youth them everything what them want without them have to work feed, think feed, anything at all. So when you reach a point right now where them cannot get it when them ask you, turn against you. When they start to turn against you, what do you think about? You have problem in our society and in our community right now because of them youth I know I go for turn day. I don't want to use the word as a Jamaican term. See? As a vigilance. As a gangster there. See? When it's turned to that terms you know, what we start do, we as parents start to what? What we start do as a parents? We start cuss them. See? And when you start cuss them, what you think you them are turn to? They might turn to more violence. When it turn to more violence, so what we are going to do now? Then start turn from we as parents. And then now when we start to talk to them now about certain things, when we never train about certain things about life, we think our reach we. Our own
Wrong.
thought and our own feelings,
Oh,
our
can bring up
reaction,
Vern.
we are
Somebody drop. I'm sorry.
exactly.
I'm sorry to cut you. Can you bring
No man,
Vern up? Veron?
Veronica,
so you see the energy where we are live right now. You see the energy where we are live right now. As parents, trust me, we need to grow more and we need to do better than ourselves right now as parents.
Yeah, but let me say something here. You see a lot of issues that's happening now to our young children. It stems from way back because whilst our parents teach us principles, certain principles, they never prepare with the whole what me done describe as this whole socialization of life. You know what I mean? On your journey, right? Because when you look at the young people, them know a lot of parents do try their best in certain ways, but the real educators out there for kids now is them peers because they go to school and they're mixing with all different youngsters like themselves, but some of them are hardcore and they tend to be want to be like the hardcore. Not to say them is that way, but they know how they can be protected within themselves, right? So they, for example, them now gonna start smoking at home, a school around the corner. Them gonna start smoking, for example. And a lot of kids know so them parents is against that, right? But because their friends are doing it, their friends are going after school, running into the sweet shops, stealing sweets. So them things that them can do it too. And some of them don't want to do it, but peer pressure make them do it. So this is where we're losing our children.
and I only peer pressure though. Some of it is
Oh, me can hear
normalized.
Sutherland, you know.
No, man,
Oh
you
no,
have
man, I
to
said some of
be.
it is
No
normalized.
man, Southern listen us. Remember I said Southern is a great listener like myself. You know?
No,
Southern like to listen.
you see my
You might
phone
listen,
palm
man.
it down.
No man, you might listen, man. Southern is a great listener like
No,
myself. You see
I
me?
thought he was saying something. That's why I was gonna
No, no,
give
no,
way
no.
and make Sutherland say something. But
No,
these are the
continue.
kind of thing we face, and you're right because it's crucial because the generation that are coming up now, them now gonna have no principle like me and you that we grew up with, whether or not we agree with it or not. Them now gonna hold that principle.
The morality about life.
Let me say this. When you all have a noisy background, somebody listen to one TV or something. Could I turn it on? Yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't know
yeah,
if
go
I
ahead.
earn.
I mean, that's how I mute. I mean.
Okay. All right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was good. Mhm.
But we strive to get our children on the right track and for the betterment and the future, their future, our future too, because we're gonna get old and them supposed to take over the banner to make sure say we're okay in our old age.
Mhm.
And we can't have young kids that don't think we matters. And there's a lot of them now that think that way. Oh, you're old and go to the grave.
Yeah, because
That's
you know when
How many of us as parents teach our kids that?
what I do.
I thing that I discover where that is concerned is that our kids, the things that we try to teach them in their world is not necessary to learn anymore.
Yeah, come.
And no, but even before AI came, there's just certain things that they just don't think is necessary to know anymore. You see,
Mhm.
for example, when you and I was growing up, would I listen to our 2 times stable? Would I be taught our 2 times stable? Uh, 2 1s to 4 1s or go all the way up. What that was doing is exercising our brain, exercising our
Mm.
thought process, help us today to even in our critical thinking, those things exercise our brain so that we can be able to think critically. Believe it or not, you would think what's the relevance of it. But when you look at it, you would realize the benefit. No, these kids are not taught and they don't think they need to learn that. And we are trying to teach them critical thinking, but they don't need to even think critical thinking. You can't ask one of them a picnic nowadays. You ask one of them 3 4s, they jump on their phone.
Exactly.
They jump on their phone.
Tell the
So because
latest.
they all of them have the device that think and talk with them, they realize that they realize they think that the things that we are trying to teach them. Because I remember I said me and you different from them in that two different area we are functioning in, but yet still we are in the sharing the same space.
Mm.
You understand? So there's a conflict that is going on right now, which won't exist the next 30 years from now, because we are going and them most of them just going to be here who come and conform come by the new world. They were born in the new world. I'm gonna call it a new world because in my opinion, from 2000, free world, the older that set that was free world dead from then the time, you know. So the more find you'll find you know, they don't see the things that we're teaching them as relevant. Or what we're
Mm.
saying, we see the dysfunction, but the dysfunction is measured by our standard.
Mm.
You understand? They don't see a dysfunction in it. It's you and I that see that dysfunction.
Mm.
You understand? Because, for example, I send my son to wash up the dishes. Him only going to wash it in a the sink. He will never go on the stove and take off and put off the stove and do it unless we tell him to do it. They cannot think that way. You may go upstairs, and this is a very, very smart guy to today's world. Very, very smart and do a lot of things. But if we call him name, if I don't say come here, then I move. Then I know send you calling it, they will come.
Exactly.
They say, right, yes, dad, and they answer and don't move. You have to say come here if they know say you are call them. These are
Mm.
some of the things we're absent. You go to the store and one of them in there and you know, them might give back you give them $100 and them supposed to give back $7, but because of whatever the cost of the item, you say all right, give them $3. So you give them $103, hoping that them would have give back on $10. Then take it from you, take up the $71 and give you back the whole item. They just don't know what you're doing.
Mm.
And the list goes on and on how different they are. Living mentioned something a while ago that it's a vital importance. These monsters that they become are the monsters that they are. It is generated by the system. We contribute immensely to it as well. Because one of the things that we do, because most of us did grow up in some challenging times, we are saying our kids must not go through that. But what we're ignoring is those challenges that make us into who we are. So, what do you expect of these kids when you are depriving them of building strength, building resistance by removing totally that challenge from them? So, it's just not the modern technology that they're exposed to that's helping to shape them. We are contributing to it as well. One of the
Very
examples that
much
I
so.
oftentimes use is that me have 6 TV in my house. When me that grew up, the only option when me I grew up was long after when we started the TV was just one. We never know of a second TV to be an option, not even in my father's bedroom.
You know?
Every room, all of my room now have a TV night. Every room have a TV night. But yet still, I'm making him the device. We put one device in our room. But yet still, me as I am saying that we are growing apart, right? But I am the one that contribute to him not sitting at the dinner table. Are we not sitting in the living room together watching the TV? You get my point?
Yeah, man, they're not true word, man.
So we contribute the system, the embracement of the modern technology, which become a need, divide us, but we conform to it too, right? We contribute to it too, and create that separation as well, right? Which is really bad. But the problem with all this is that we are expecting a different result with all our contribution, to the division. We still
And you know,
expecting a
say,
different
sorry,
result.
sorry to cut it. I know, sir, that's all going wrong.
Of course.
You see, yeah, all right. But like I said, but I will say nothing more. Continue. But I will say nothing more. Continue. You know me always where I say. You always do me. Just say to you whatever. The few local words I say to you, you always have one.
You see it?
Seeing? And everybody else on this platform can understand what me just say a while ago. See? And this are the problem now. We don't need to expect this for our kids, but learn to accept where our kids are at this moment, this present moment now. See, I want to learn to accept the present moment where they are at. That is where we can teach them life. But if you want to teach them life or we experience life,
No, it's not gonna happen.
it's not
Because
happen.
everything that would have helped them to understand it is removed.
Mm.
Everything that would have helped them. Remember I say, at one point we used to have to go cardboard box and line up for me on card. Right? Then the thing helped bring up one whole different side that we though you might think it's irrelevant to the point that I'm making. I'm just saying I'm just searching for things that has been removed from us.
It was limited. Now it is more
Remember,
creative,
of course,
open.
remember what we do, what they do for play. It is as simple as this. What they do for play now is different from what you and I did for play. Because our playing was limited to physical activities, outdoor,
And to technology outdoors.
right? Everything was outdoors. Now they are locked away from us and very much involved in playing.
More involved in
The only,
new
yeah, because now the only way then get some physical activities in a them, they have to go to the gym. Me and you was natural where that is concerned. Because we have to run that shop. And we have to run, we have to go market, we have to go market, we have to go, them sit down in that room and all that.
that was our gym before. Because
That was naturally our dream.
our parents used to say, yo, let me spit pan the ground and it dry up before you come in.
You remember when you used to cut the hose and curvy?
I want to you, man, I make wheel.
I mean wheel and the metal sitting there where you use and push it.
The hanger, the old
And you run that you run the gas shop and run come back. As so much time when you reach out like here and you turn it back round and gone and
gone again, guys. Well, I know. The thing is, what we used to do, we never used to see it as a peer pressure, but you used to see it as a enjoyment for our parents.
yeah, but that's all we had though. That's all we had.
Parents send us to shop now. When
No,
our parents used to send us to shop now, we want wheel and go fast and come back. That's how our parents can send us to shop again.
yeah.
Remember, we used to be more creative
We have to be more
of
creative.
getting achievement of our fun.
The juice box. You remember the juice
Yeah.
box I make it with my shop
How
then?
we are talking about, man? With the chuck and them thing, the man. I remember I said the record thing, and we used to use the recording and the middle and make it wheel them for the chuck and them thing there.
You understand?
How we are talking about, man? So facts have
You remember when we used to use our telephone? The long card and the 2 mil can?
Easy, man. Remember, I said we used to use the tin them. See, we used to use the tin, the sausage tin them, or the bull beef tin them, and we used to use nylon and run through them. And we run it any water and we can't talk like a telephone panel. Hey, where go on?
Yeah.
Man, don't know. So, we how much yard, and a man talk about, yeah, man, me here, yeah, man, me there, man. Yeah.
That was
What
what
day?
you used to use.
But well, I know.
Dandy Shandy.
Yes, now what it shows a telephone energy was there before. See, before we are used this thing right and now as wireless information. Because Tesla, when you look upon Tesla talk about energy, free energy. When you used to tell about how people used to use things, and we used to use it in our day-to-day life. And even now, if we apply it to our day-to-day life right now, JPS right now, we won't have to appear certain day. Because free energy is all around us. And right now, that is why they come in with what? What they call it? The free energy source.
Solar.
Solar. The solar energy right now, them I talk about. Solar energy come from we as youth. Because remember, say we as youth, we used to use solar energy. Whenever I call it solar energy, we call it free energy before. Then call it solar energy. Now, we used to use free energy right in our back of our days. See? And apply whole heap of things and get whole heap of frequency and things. See? Now, then come with solar energy. Like say just come about. Solar energy not just come about.
No, but you can if you want to look at it in a more technical term, and I don't know if this is gonna make any sense. But since creation, what had has had to us since creation? What new come on this earth? Nothing new not come here.
Nothing
Everything
new
free,
under
you
the
know.
sun.
Nothing new came here. What happened is that we just start utilize tap into our knowledge and start utilizing it. That's all it is. But
That means say
nothing
with the
new had came
backward,
here.
that way that I should say, that means say with the backward virgin, because we history that teach we didn't know this before. And now in our DNA age of living, we should have the far way greater than now.
Yeah, but the truth is, though, the substance that was planted in us by the absence of all that, I wouldn't trade it for nothing, though,
Well, rephrase it again. The absent of what?
Um, that knowledge.
All. What is the all? The all is the living mind, the all within all. When you're talking about the all within all right now, you are talking about the I am. I am that I am.
Mm.
And this is why people come across right now say there's no God. But me and you know there's a God because God is a living mind of a consciousness, of a living life. Life was always there. Life evolved. There's
David,
no
you'll get me
boundary
in
to
trouble
life.
tonight, man.
Me not get in
Repeat that,
trouble.
Gary.
Voila. You know,
If
to
it
them
if
last
it if
get
it
to
if
and
it
get
Let me
start,
ask Gary if you believe. Gary,
Yeah?
so you don't believe that there's a God?
I don't believe in
No. Voila.
in the God
No,
of the
I
Bible.
asked you a question. Do you believe there is
Them
a
not just
creator?
answer you.
So you say no?
I don't acknowledge the God of the Bible.
No, I didn't say God of Bible. I said,
What?
do you believe that there's a creator, there's a God?
There is a creator, but him not name God.
When name?
Hold on, hold
Yahweh.
on, hold on.
Why is it the name is relevant though?
Because
Hold
you
on,
have to
no,
know
hold
who you are
on.
created.
Hold on,
Okay,
man.
who created the
Hold
earth?
on, hold on. Hold
Remember, he never said there wasn't a creator in our system.
Yahweh.
Hold
Of course,
on.
yeah, I believe
Exactly.
that.
Yahweh.
Yeah, yes, I know that's his name. Yes, Yahweh.
Hold
I accept.
on. Yo, yeah, me I tell him now. We touch one
I
topic.
agree with you, Gary, on that one.
What?
Yeah.
Hold on. Leave that energy now for your next day. Leave that energy there.
That is another topic that we probably fight on.
Yes.
Una have
That's
to call
another
me though, you know.
topic. Gary, no, Gary, listen to me.
When I
Gary,
call Gary for that one day.
hold on, it's so man, it's so no. Hold on. Wait to one day, right? And all over there. But listen to me. The atheist talking about the Big Bang. See? But what create the Big Bang? Remember now, life is about consciousness. See? So that
Yeah.
just relax. Just
No,
relax.
no. Me just expect me listen to you, you know.
We're not going to further than that.
No. I am fine. I can go any direction you take me.
But the Big Bang theory.
I'm going to tell you a story.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, tell about your story or his story.
No, it's a true story.
Okay, continue.
It's a true story. Just yield for me 1 second. In the year 2020, I take sick. I'm at the hospital. And I died.
Is it?
I don't know how long for, but me dead. And me meet a man come meet me. And him did there go on with a hospital me there now. And him a go on with something on a table next to me. But me think say it was a doctor, because I was so weak. Me think he was a doctor resuscitate the other person next to me. So when me walk my eye and draw my weak self and look around the man, when you don't do if you know say him have one up on the table.
I'm not.
What would you do? You up on the table with him over there, so you watch the two of them like you watch TV.
Hold on. Rephrase what you just say, hold on. Because
Look funny.
sometimes we need to.
So you're looking at yourself being
Make him rephrase it.
so your spirit that look then on your body.
Hold
Well,
on, no man.
me
Because no
like
people
that
talk about
still.
spirit. I'm a believer, and I know.
Listen,
But
I'm
hear me,
a
I say,
believer.
no people can explain.
It happened to me.
No
before.
people cannot explain spirit, you know. I tell me, I tell the truth, you know. So that.
Go
Right.
ahead, Gary. I
But
have my own experience.
exactly. So make Gary finish and land when there.
Yeah. So when me see that now, me start look on the clock on the wall in a hospital ward.
Now, Gary, start back from first again. Start back from first. Start back from first and continue the conversation, please.
From all right, I was sick, ill, very, very ill, and I don't know, but me them have to carry me to hospital. I'm in this hospital for days. I never eat for 2 weeks. Not even just sip water. I can't sip. The more them try to give me food, the sicker I feel. So all I'm doing now is just waiting for my faith to hold me. And one night, It was a Saturday night. I knew I was not going to wake up. And I keep saying, hear myself, I say, Father, I can't manage this anymore. I'm too weak, I'm too weak. But there's an echo in my head. I say, all me I hear myself, I say, come fight for me, come fight for me, come fight for me. And that's all me remember. But then it's like something said to me, open my eye, because I drift away. Something said, open my eye. When me open my eye, me see the man. It's like him a need dumpling. Him a need dumpling, but him a throw away things behind him because his back was turned to me. So me think say the patient next to me because him always take out the oxygen out of him nose. And then when the pressure reach him lungs, he start ball and make noise and fight. You know what I mean? But when me look next door to me see the man. So me start curious now. I may kind of find the strength to adjust my bed and look around the man. I may say, I me him have on the bed with him. But it's like him a do a action like him a need flour. And I throw everything behind him. So when me see that now, me start pinch myself because I look up on the clock and I say it was one something in the morning. I start pinch myself because I said to myself, me know some me not sleep and me not dream. And it go on and him stop doing what I do and turn to me. And like the first thing he said to me, I did not teach. The thing is, this is his word, you did not teach your children correctly. So me don't know what kind of status me in. All me I hear myself, I say, yes, me go teach my children them correctly. And him said, no, that's not what he meant. He said to me, the things that you're told, it is not so. And at that time, I started pinching at her foot. No. And him walk over to me. Never touch me. Walk over to me. And this man here start reference me as one I'm collective because he referenced me as a collective. He said, you're not an individual, you're a collective. But we must get back to the one collective that
Hold on.
we are.
Collective mean you're with more than one people. You're of
Yeah,
one. You're of one.
yeah.
Okay.
So me with me chaga self, me did I look pan him and I look pan him man now, but the man look like me. Him that one look like Sutherland. Kind of the same complexion. And this man here start tell me whole heap of things and I tell me say the problem with us, we did not listen to our prophet. So everything him start saying to me now, I drop in on my head. So me not question him now, me not say nothing, me just tear out my eye, I look on him, see him way. And then when him tell me that, it was a song where Bob Marley do. There's a natural mystic blowing our ear. If you listen carefully, you would hear. Me start say to myself, I never know say Bob Marley was a prophet, blah, blah, blah. And may I tell you, it was like something out of a storybook. But him tell me a lot of things. But then he moved nearer to my bed and tell me, say, I got a place that he's preparing for us. He never say him prepare it already. He say, I got a place that he's
Hold
preparing.
on 1 second. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a man that's speaking out of body experience. Would that be correct?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Keep going.
Him say, I got a place where I prepare for it. Then all of a sudden, from my head,
Living your music. Yeah, go
yeah, all of a sudden, from my head to my feet, I only hear whoosh, like a lightning bolt went through the whole of my body, from head to foot. And in a flash, it's like, vroom, me and this man here in this place here. And me I look on the place and I want to go in, but he won't let me go in. He won't let me go in. And me I said to myself, me I need money in here, so. But the thing that got me first, when that thing went through my body, it's like a powerful sensation, a kind of loving feeling and calmness.
Mhm.
And I did manage to tell people what it was later on after I started getting the whole inner understanding of things. But the trees in this place was blowing a even more powerful sensation of that loving kind of feeling for me.
Mhm.
And him start talk to me and I show me certain things. But when he start float with me, I became conscious. And I said to myself, hold on a minute there. Them say, I can't look in your face. Me I go look. I'm a turn, I'm a look on him. And there's nothing about you can't look on this man. You understand? There's nothing about you can't look at him. And then when I turned around, I saw about 7 women. I never see no man. 7 women line up. And trust me, their skin was so golden. But the way them wrap them here, you know these people are ancient.
Mhm.
But them a smile upon me like they knew who I was. But may I look for see if me see my mother? May I look for see if me see my grandmother? I'm a great granny because I have the pleasure of knowing them. Me never see them. So anyway, I said to myself, more I'm going, more I'm going. That's what me keep on. I said to myself, more I'm going, but him now make me going. So me did it, and then me me and him start talk now, and him a said to me, "There's no death, but when we choose, this is emerging now. Me I talk slow like living now. When we choose to close our eyes, we got two choices. We either stay in the kingdom on a higher plane, or we return through the still water to continue our journey." No, me never know where this still water is. But like he knew I didn't understand. And then everything started dropping on my head. And I go ask loving, look, where you think this still water? This is for everybody.
The still water is probably that you haven't finished your life, maybe. I don't know.
The still water is in the womb of a woman. And that's where we stay for the 9 months and
The
cleanse.
still
So,
water
so,
is about
so he
life.
asking you
The
that.
still
So,
water is about life.
so he's telling you
Yeah,
that you can
that's
be
where you stay for
reborn.
9 months
So
and
basically,
cleanse.
so he's telling you can be reborn because he said you have two choice. You
Yeah.
stay in the still water or you go straight in heaven, meaning that I don't mean
Yeah,
heaven, but
you go back to the
or you
kingdom.
can go back to earth.
We go back to the kingdom. And then we make up our mind what we want to do.
So you can
Whether
be
or not you
reborn
want to return here to continue your journey,
or
or you stay in the kingdom on a higher plane. A lot of our ancestors
reborn.
stay in the kingdom because they are the people that when we're ready to close our eyes, one of them are going to meet with. But then he said to me, when he said to me, you can stay in this place on a higher plane, and that I will never leave any of my children behind. So me starting no, I mean I said to myself, so about the criminal and the wicked people. And him I look for me now, him know exactly where me I think. And he said to me, it is for you to seek and ask for their forgiveness. But it kind of stuck there, so no. Because
You
I
can
can't understand
save
how this
other
money is so
people.
loving. Because
Oh,
trust me, he wanted us to seek forgiveness for each and every one that he calls them. If you have done disagreeable things on your journey, then we need to seek forgiveness for each and every one of us. So me did I talk to him. I said to him, so what should I do? Because I don't know nothing. And he said to me, you should not worry because I will teach you. I tell you, that man there stick to everything where I say. Because I go through certain things and it's all my fault still. I went through certain things and it's because I was like too curious about things. You see what I say?
Mm-hmm.
Because me go put myself in a position where me asking for certain things that me never ready for yet. Because I'm asking, for example, me asking for sight beyond sight. And wake up one morning and see one giant bees in my room and could not understand what it was. Rub out me eye about 10 times I look on this thing, I fly around, I fly around, I fly around. And all of a sudden, whoosh, straight through the window. The
So,
curtain him gone. And I jump up out of bed and run and pull the curtain, the window lock, everything lock. I'm go back and sit down on the bed. I wonder what happened, what just happened. I'm hear the voice say, you did ask for sight beyond sight. And
so
may I tell you the truth, me not ask for that from that. But there are things around us that we don't know and we don't ready for. Anyway, him did and talk to me, and the last thing him said to me, remember, I must tell his children that he will never leave any of us behind. Agreeable and disagreeable ones. He will not leave any souls behind. And the man just disappeared from me. And all of a sudden, me hear somebody ask me, sir, what do you want for breakfast? What do you want for breakfast? My mom done yam for 2 weeks.
mm-mm.
I kind of turned my head and realized that my eyes was open. It never shut. And the woman looked at me strangely like, you know, look how much time I call you and your eye open and you look at me and you don't say nothing. But me
Mm-hmm.
never did it at that time. I weren't there. Anyway, I asked the woman if she have any fruits. And she said to me, yeah, apples and bananas. And I said, no, have you got pineapple? Because by this time now, my body feel like a junkie. You know, a junkie want a fix, but a pineapple me want.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, no, she not no pineapple. Anyway, me pick up the phone when me couldn't even hardly lift. And my wife, me don't know how me manage to phone her. And I said to her, I need pineapple, I need pineapple. She said to me, and it was COVID time too. She said to me, how is she gonna get pineapple to me when they're not letting people in the hospital? Me don't know, me just hear myself. I said to her, call the front desk, call the front desk. And I drop the phone because I'm also weak. And I think it was about 20 minutes later, me see one eye nurse come. And she had said to me, oh, somebody just dropped this off for you. And I asked her what's in there, and she opened the bag, and it was pineapple and water. I kind of asked her if she set the bed for me away, and she set the bed away for me. And trust me, when I asked her if she open the thing, me droop my hand down in there, me no sanitization. And me droop my hand down in there and creep up a handful of pineapple. Because my body a shake no. Like me a junkie, man. And when me put the pineapple in my mouth, it come in like say people that make a speech and say it's like me in a heaven. That's how it felt. Anyway, me name that. And when me eat that, I find myself, I get little strength. But me forget everything about the encounter when I have with the man. I forget everything. But then after me drink a couple of hot chocolate, about half of it, and then they bring me some croissant. It was then the realization licked me because me I said, but me not just did I talk to one man.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me. All of a sudden, me see one nurse, I look for me. One, she a black woman, still. Plump and look nice. And I lie. And the day I look for me, I look for me, I look for me, and me I said to myself, who this woman here? Because the way she a look for me, you know? Anyway, she walk over to my bed. And trust me, she said to me, if I want her to give me a bed wash. So straight away, my mind just flick back to, them black and white movie where you have when them nurses used to wash the patient, them and
Yeah, man. Yeah,
them
man.
would turn up and them things, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Straight away get to me like that. And I said to her, no, 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 no. But can she take me to the shower room? And she said, yeah. But the way the woman are going, they come in like say I'm a wife, man.
Mm-hmm.
Remember me tell you that. And she get some new stuff for me and bring me inside the shower room and set me up in there and turn on the water for me. That time I can't breathe, hardly. And I wash. And you want to see amount of dirt where I come off of my skin, man. And I wash. Anyway, after I finish washing and put on the thing where they give me, I pull the card. I pull the card for somebody to come for me. And when I pull the card, the curtain dry, And it was another black woman. And trust me, I'm telling you this from my heart. They me don't know the presence of this woman here. Fling me back in her chair now. And I sit down in her chair now, but the top half of my body fling back in her chair. And when that happened, I start look confused because she asked me question and I couldn't answer. I could not answer. And then the one that bring me in there come from nowhere and body check the woman. And through me, none of what I go on, me hold down my head. And when me hold down my head, it's like me hear when she said to her, leave him alone. He is my patient and I'm here to look after him. So me hang down my head and trust me, you see when me lift up my head, it's like the woman vanished in a thin ear.
Mm.
And she not supposed to go nowhere where me can't see her. Me don't know where a woman turn.
Wow.
And when she had carry me back on my bed, I said to her, because I couldn't walk, I said to her, stop here, let me see if I could walk to go on my bed. And she did. And me make two babies shuffle. And I reach my bed and I go back in there. And she said to me, she a go she a go look some cream and thing for come rub on my foot.
Mm.
So I say, yeah. But then me start think about where this money I tell me and where this money I do because that kind of loving sensation, there was a slight thing of it around me. But me doze off asleep and open my eyes. And when me open my eye, me see two nurse on the ward. One and there was two white nurse. And I call them because one of them I did really like. She really used to try and take care of me.
Mhm.
And I said to her, where was you all this time? And she said, oh, I had a couple of days off. So I said, where is that lady that was here? Because she meant to go and get some cream for my foot. and thing because she took me to the shower room and all that. So she said, "Oh, she's over there." I said, "No, it was a black woman, and she was kind of plump." And she called the other one over, and she said to she said to her, "It was just me and you on the wood this today, innit?" And she said, "Yeah." So I just thought, I said, "No, there was a never to be found." The two women insist and say they were the only two on the ward all morning. And may I tell you, brother, me just lay down back and shuffle up. So because the thing that me begins to eat, I begins to eat some food. So me kind of, I don't know. It's like me, I was in another world.
So where do how does that impact your spirituality? You had said earlier, um,
Yeah, we get to the spirituality bit
huh?
because when me I talk to the man
Mhm.
said to me, "I go through no one to come to him
Okay,
because he gave all his children a gift, and that gift is the same thing where you asked me,
okay.
spirituality." And he
So
said that is the cable of connection to me. Guy, me not use them word there, no. Because me not understand, you know what I mean, the whole dynamic. But he say that is the key. That
so
is the
so
cable to me,
so your
right?
spirituality had uh had increased then. So rather than
Mhm.
guided by the Christian principles or whatever, the religious principles, you divert and more focus on your spirituality. That's what you're alluding to?
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
I mean,
No, no, no. I am not necessarily against that because
no, I know what you mean. I
I
know what you mean.
share similar sentiment. My problem, and I'm gonna keep it real. My problem is I believe that there is a creator. And when I learn love, yes, I learned, even though it is in me and it was in me, I did not know how to activate the love. When I learned love, it gives me a spiritual independence of the church. And so I started to focus more on my spirituality and not my churchuality. There's no such word, but yeah. But you know, man, you get the drift.
Mm.
And some sort of divert from the church because I've seen a lot of game that the church plays. And if I had followed the church, what I would have done is have a whole heap of church and a whole heap of pastor uh, in me and very little of my spiritual. Because then it would have take up all my space, the, the past and the building and what comes with the building would have take up all of my space. So I move to spirituality. And so where I'm at right now, I don't think I have to even go visit that building. And I'm so not pleased with some of the things that happen in that building. It just pissed me off. But then I am muzzled from talking about it. And, you know, I sort of leave it alone. But I could have gone to great depths
Mm.
to say why I think that place. I
Mm.
hope to God I don't offend nobody. But again, I am a strong believer that there's a creator.
Oh
All
yeah.
in my spirituality.
Yeah.
But, and I won't say every one of those places that building, but a vast majority of that place, that building, is a game, it's a lie, and I could go as far as terming it as a wicked place because come the money, because of that place, you know, turn off the stove upstairs, turn on the stove and the tools, and I'll go up and eat. Just turn them on. Yeah. No, no, no. Call me when you get on the road so that I get up there. Just turn it. Yeah, yeah. And so I can say that place is why I say that place is wicked. Is that place is not um fulfilling its true purpose. That that place is killing people spirituality and spiritual belief because it
Mm.
focuses on that place and all that comes with it. Right. And because and that place, the objective of that place is 100% MONEY. 100% money.
A businessman.
100% money. That's where the focus. How could it not be when this place requires 1/10 of your art? Whether or not the book said that's fine. Well, 1/10 of your income. Whether or not the book said, all right, we're not gonna dispute that. But then you have a required offering. On top of that, that the man say, boy, may I leave you up to your conscience to pay that.
Mm.
Then if you want some blessing, you have to pour in on something named seed offering. Right? And if it pass a word is good, you carry money, got throw upon him. That is 4 areas of money.
Mm.
Every Sunday. And you know what I used to know that that place is not so healthy for me. I had friends back in the day, and I still do. Not the same friends because those friends are diverted to that institution. But I remember when I was with those friends, you know, of course, the spirit road that they shared wasn't about
Mm.
not the healthiest choice either. So I'm not condoning that. But while we shared that spirit, there was natural love between us. So on a Friday, we used to hang out and
I got a call. I'll be right back.
okay, no problem.
Cool.
Religiously on a Friday, we would hang out. And Wednesdays and sometimes Mondays. But no matter what we do, whenever time we gather, we won't, none of us, mind, three, three of us, mind will be at ease until we call each other to ensure that we are in the house. It was just a natural flow of love among my beloved brothers.
Mm.
Here, then something happened and I end up joining that institution because one went to it and so we all start attending that. We were so caught up in that institution that when we left that establishment 10 o'clock during conference and 1 o'clock at night, whatever, we don't check on each other no more because we are focusing on that. The love has
Mm.
drastically diminished
Mhm.
because we have the God or the past that do it, or we have the past, we have the institution. And when I see the absence when I see the damage that had done to my brotherhood, I said to myself, this can't right. And I noticed when I talk to these people, a lot of these people, because I was deep in, their gathering is only unique to Sunday or an activities that include that institution. That was the that is the common denominator. And that is the prime focus. Outside of that institution, there's no us. And I realized the damage that that can do to friendship, to unions, and I say union because that this damage many relationship in the name of fixing relationship. It takes away so much of family time because you now have a third party in your relationship, in a brother, which is the
Mm,
pastor
yep.
that is
The
giving
difficult
you
bit.
instruction. And so the depth of your belief would have the more you believe it, the more you follow his directive and guidance and neglect everybody. Because remember, you will have with if you're spiritually ignorant,
Mm,
you see him or her, whichever it is, as a form of God. So you technically believe that not worship him and worship the building. Very little of spirituality. Very, very, very little. It becomes about that building and it becomes about the man that run that building. And I had no choice than to walk away from such things. And I'm telling you, since I walk away, I have blessed so many people in my lifetime because I separate myself from that.
mm,
But if I had got continued to go to those places, then that would have been my primary focus. And guess what happened? I'm not gonna name the character I have, I'm not gonna name the material things of my life. But I guarantee you that I would have less than half of what I want material. My material accomplishment would have been less than half, and I would be doing less because all my most of my resources and time would have been going to. You know how much people I see dead in that institution, not dead physically.
mm,
Right now, there's a girl at one of them institutions that that's all she focused on, and that girl just focus on, and she's so guarded and she's so protective of that institution, and that girl is not making nothing of her life because her success is measured by that institution, the people of that institution, and what happened in there, the cleaning, the this, the, all her life. And I'm telling I had to call up somebody from the head of the institution. And he blew it off. But I'm saying to him that, look here, brother, in the next 10 or 20 years, that girl is going to hate it. I hate this institution. Turn when that line draw and she realized how much that she do because she's brainwashed. They knew it and they're allowing it. We see what convention become now. I remember when we were growing up, when and you would have known being being a Jamaican. And when convention come and gone, the whole of the district, baptized,
Mm.
You remember those days? Everybody turned Christian, because they're so moved by convention. No convention come keep on gone and nobody no baptized, because the focus is no longer schools. The
Mm.
focus is how much money they can pull from it. On top of those 4 money that me tell you about before, you going to have to remember that pastor appreciation coming up. The only that's in your harvest, you have to remember it's a pastor birthday. You have to remember pastor anniversary. You have to remember first lady birthday. Well, it's not a big deal, but it's a deal, same way.
Mm.
And then you have a pastor
General,
day.
hold on, my general. It cause holy corruption.
It's a wicked place, brother. In my opinion, I wish not to offend anybody, please. But from
Brother,
my
No
no
more, no more,
accent,
offend
no
me.
more. Me over. No, that's why I interrupt you. When I interrupt you, say what you say you're wrong or anything like that. You see me? But to me, I say, no for these followers of the Christ consciousness, of the living energy of the Most High, the all within all, are the I am that I am.
okay.
Plenty people don't understand
Mm-hmm.
that concept there. See?
Mm-hmm.
You get what I say?
Yeah.
So what you say right there?
More, hear something from. More, get back to
Alright,
you.
clarity,
Let me
clarity,
hear
clarity,
something from
clarity,
love. Please.
clarity. Alright.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Doc.
No, I just wanted to I hear you talking and I just my spirit just had to say something because I can't sit here and not say it.
Okay, that's fine.
But I just want to say because I know it to be true because I experience it myself. And I know that there is a God because I've experienced God through my everyday life, through who I am today. And if there was not a God, I probably would not be here today talking to you. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, there's been plenty of a lot of reasons I've seen the hand of God in my life. And the big one is because I'm alive today. But other than that, there's been various things that has happened to me personally that I can't explain from my words, but in my feelings, like the emotions and the feelings that I have and the spirit that's within me knows it. And it's just so hard for me to bring it in my own words to tell y'all. But if only y'all could feel my spirit, y'all would know I'm speaking of God or the truth or witnessing to what He has done for me. And He is there and He comes through with love. It's a feeling that it brings that makes you feel like this world is not to be compared to when He comes in your life, what you feel. When God affects you in that way, there is this feeling that you get that no man, no child, no, not even the best job in the world that could make you feel this great. There's no other feeling that you can get that when God touches you.
Can you stick up in there? I don't think that's the dispute.
Huh?
That I don't think anybody here would have challenged you
No,
with that.
I just wanted to bring this out because I know some people don't believe. But what I'm trying to make them understand is there's a distinction of how when God touch you, you feel. And when God is with you, the feeling you get is so very distinct and you can tell the difference. There's a feeling that comes within your spirit, and you're gonna know that it is God because your mother don't love you that way. Your child don't love you that way. You don't love your child that way. Only God can bring that kind of feeling that you get when you're in the presence of God, when God is around you, when God brings what He brings to you, and when He does what He does to take you out of what
Love,
He takes you out of.
love, love,
Huh?
love.
There is,
Or
I'm
do
telling
you
you, the,
love,
yes.
love? Or do you know? We're not talking about preaching.
How do you know?
No,
Because you don't know until
yes.
you experience it. That's how you know. Because you can not I cannot
Just bear in mind, I'll stay, but I'm gonna listen on my phone. I'm gonna go upstairs and
I
grab some phone.
cannot
I'm gonna
tell.
listen
That's
for a
what I'm
second.
trying to tell you. Like I cannot express it through words. You would just have to ask God to present Himself to you, because I cannot share this with you by words to make you believe me or understand
So
me.
what you're saying, say, experience it for yourself. Then.
Yes, you have to experience God for yourself. But what I'm saying to you is, it is real. He is real, and it is a creator that created you and me. And He loves all of us. There's no difference between Him loving you and the person who just hurt somebody or the person who just committed a crime. As long as God is God, He's gonna have the biggest heart for all humanity. And people keep saying, "Oh, that one did this crime and that crime and that crime." God heart is not like me and your heart. His heart is big and forever loving. And this is why we're here today. This is why we have free will to choose. This is why we are free to do the things that we do. And some people always try to question God. Oh, why does this happen? Why does this? Because He gave us free will.
But you know something? I just want to ask you a question. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You know his name.
Mm?
You know his name.
Yahweh.
No, no, not
What?
Yahweh. You know exactly his name. I told you, and you
Yahweh.
knew Yahweh.
Listen,
Why you reference him as God?
because He is a God.
No, because I'm gonna tell you something, and
Because He is a God. He's the Kings of
you,
Kings and Lords of Lords.
you know the
Hold
name
on, hold on, hold
Yahweh.
on. Lovely. Listen, 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 listen.
Mm?
The
Just
name
listen
Yahweh.
carefully what they say.
Mm-hmm.
The name Yahweh was
Mm-hmm.
removed from the Old Testament over six
I know
thousand
that. I know
times.
that part. Mm-hmm.
Right. The name was replaced by three names. His name was replaced by three names: God,
Mm-hmm.
Lord,
Mm-hmm.
and Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
No, the the concept of, let me start with the last one, Jesus. The
Mm-hmm.
concept of Jesus Christ is over 2,000 years old,
Mm-hmm.
but the letter J is
It's
only
just a,
500 years old,
right.
just over 500
It's from
years
a
old,
Latin. It's a Latin version.
right? I mean, the name Jesus is Greek,
Yeah, but there's a Latin version of Jesus too.
but the letter J only came
Great.
into existence
Yeah. Right.
three, three, 500 years ago.
Yeah.
So therefore, nobody should name Jesus
Uh-huh.
or any other name.
In those times.
Yeah.
Right.
So this is where we struggle, and this is where I was saying it is very important to who we pray to. Now, when I start looking at ancient Amharic, the language,
Mm-hmm.
in the Amharic language, the name Lord was
Mm-hmm.
translated in English,
Hmm.
and it's spelled a word called Baal, Baal.
Right.
Now, looking at the name Baal, Baal was the name of the disagreeable one that he used to use,
I heard
which
about
means
that.
Satan.
The devil. Yeah, they said that.
Yeah,
I heard that.
Satan.
Hmm.
When you look at God, Jamaican is the only people, and when I said the only people that call the name correctly, because they said God, and the word came from a name called God Rael. And translation again, God Rael is Satan. That's another name he used in
Hmm.
ancient times, or how these people describe him. And like we said, Jesus, the letter J, then you start digging deep and you start looking at some of the scripture and I try and make, I mean, the book that you can read and get a better kind of influence from it. It's not the Bible. It's one they call the Apocrypha because it have more details in there about lots of things. Even though when King James decide to got it and do whatever he wants, yeah. But you can get the full package of the Apocrypha in it original form. No, today. But it turns out that King James didn't like the Apocrypha, so he changed that, right? We know we're given all this, the New Testament, and all this thing, with a lot of books missing. Many books are missing because I think they gave us 666 or something like that, but it's supposed to be 88. So you didn't get the book of Enoch. You didn't get the Cabernet in there and stuff like that. So truths were hidden from us. And I didn't know until one morning I wake up. And it's like a spiritual thing just licked me. I'm say, hold on a minute. I forgot to ask my friend because I have a friend who is a committed Christian, as you would say. And I asked him, I said, is there a verse in the Bible that said they will allow his children to forget his name and they will put another in his place and he will reap all the glory? Him said to me, no. But then about an hour later, he called me back and he said, there is a verse similar to what you're saying. And that's what the Almighty Yahweh was telling his children. They're going to put another in his place and we give him all the glory. But it's not him. And that's why I stop you for a minute because I know you know, and you should be calling the name of the Almighty. The one that they substitute Jesus for is another name, Yahusha.
So love, gone for a second. I don't know what happened. But my thing is why we're not discussing the part that I had talked about, that I wasn't questioning the, the existence of a creator. And I heard love emphasize on it, how much she felt the presence of whatever, however she described it, which there was no dispute there. She feel what she feel, and I am fine. What I'm talking about is the abuse of the institution, the church, and that's what that's where I was going. I noticed you guys talk about his name. I don't see that as a big issue. Um, I heard you guys talk about its existence, which I did not I have not dispute that in any way, shape, or form. But I'm talking about how the institution, the church, is taking away our money and our time and taking control of our mind with one objective to
Fear.
benefit the past or that. So that's what I really would want to discuss. I am not, and the truth is, I'm open to any discussion. I'm just saying that's
Yeah,
my real
remember,
answer.
sorry, Sutherland.
Go ahead.
The word church,
Mhm.
the word church came from a word called kirk, and it's a Scottish word, and it that derives from another word called sorcery,
Mhm.
all right? But they kind of modify it and call it church. But there was a woman who they claim, I don't know how true this story is, that used to bring people into the building, and she used to work witchcraft. Come here, so them things used to exist,
Mhm.
on a large scale, and turn the people them into animals and eat them. And that's why the word sorcerer came from the word source too. And that's how the word church came in. But it's actually source.
Mhm.
Now, when we go through the door of a church, the Almighty know exactly what's in your mind, your body, and your soul. Yeah. And we sit there and we listen to all kinds of teachings about the Almighty, even though it's not in the real form of the Almighty, right? Because we take our Bible, open it, and it started off with a talking snake. So everything that I say is so allegory. Allegory is story. It's not real, right? Because snake not talk, man, you know that they hiss, right? So then it goes down to Adam and Eve, right? And you can't have a person that have, you're married and you're with your wife, and you have two kids, and then say I the first, but a
Mhm.
two bull, you understand? So one kill one and then run away to another city, according to where the story I say, go find a wife. So where them the people that come from, right? So we now know and we can question that story needs questioning, need looking at, to get our own satisfaction.
Right.
No, to get to where you say about the church, all right? And we'll call it in a name that everybody call it, the church. There's a lot of pastor in the church knows because some of them study. And it's very far fetched, the things that are in there. And they know it's not true. Some of them actually know it's not about the Almighty. And this is why they set out to make gains, monetary through monetary gains.
Mhm.
Yeah, because all know what's his name,
By
Peanut.
selling the words,
Yeah,
by selling the words, and that's what I wish she would have been here to adjust because I heard when she came in, um she spoke strongly about her belief and what she felt, and you know I will never dispute my feelings. I will never dispute the existence or the presence of, of, of one creator or one belief. But what
one
I
creator will create us.
huh?
One creator will create us.
Right. So that's not my question. My question and my concern is that institution and what it is doing to us, what that institution is doing to our people. Um,
Exactly. We're
the,
lost.
the, the, how they have us, where they bring us where they want us to be with one objective is to get into our pocket, is for us to dedicate
Mm.
our life to the institution, not to God.
They don't care.
They don't interested. They have no interest in you having a relationship with God. And I said it again. Because for those who find their God and have a relationship with Him, that is what gives you that spiritual independence of the church. They don't want you to do that. The church
Like I said,
wants you to go to them so they keep
he
your
will,
mind
he will
actively.
remove you
Huh?
from them
Yeah,
because he
it,
knows
it,
you're
it
struggling.
will remove you from them. And so that's what I am talking about. I don't care to have the discussion about whether or not one feel or believe. So I wasn't going there. I'm fine with she expressing herself, but I'm just saying the response did not line up with the state that I was in because nobody had I did not dispute that part of it. And I would never
Mm.
overstep my boundaries by telling anybody that there is no God. What
I
if
agree with that.
I will say what I believe, but I will never tell nobody that what I believe. That's just how me is. So I've never challenged love belief that anybody else believe. But I'm just saying, why can't we talk about the damage, the rip off that institution is doing to us and how it is bringing us down, telling us that he is building us. You ever go? I want you to go out on church one day, but I want you to go out on church one day and listen to them preach a sermon when it's not going in their direction and then preach a sermon where they can't prosper and you see how much money they get.
Mhm.
That's the sermon where they talk about that. You know, you're gonna get this and God have that for you. And when they make God to be this material distributor,
Mhm.
you know how much people give up their money for this sermon?
I know it's a lot.
Some of you
It's
want
a
to
lot.
address the how the institution are raping us, raping
Well,
believers,
they
raping
use
my
every
sisters
tool.
and brothers.
They use every tool. Fear,
Yeah.
even to the point of hatred.
Mhm.
Hatred. So, Sister Peggy, I watch Sister Pam, and that's the kind of environment they have in the church. But equally so, the preacher them love that because this is how they keep everybody into check,
Mhm. Mhm.
you know, and them just after your money. Because I hear Peanut Dread say something one time, and I had to laugh, and him say it's simple but factual truth. He said him want to know if the Almighty come and ask for all the money where them church people they collect, them not gonna have it. But
Mhm.
it's a business because churches don't pay taxes.
Right.
So anything the pastor get, I feel him say I feel him and the congregation, but me and you know say I feel him.
No, you're not getting on. You're not getting on.
You know?
Not getting on. That's another thing again. Is that you go and you pour out your all to them. Give, you know, you pour out your all, give them. At any time. And these are the things that people not looking at enough. Anytime you go to them with a need, they go right to the freaking congregation for it and tell them what you need. And the congregation have to do it. They're
Shame them
not
and shame
giving you
you,
from
man.
what they have.
Shame them and shame you. So him want that weakness we hang over you. So anytime you show your face, you must be quiet.
Living.
Because the moment you open your mouth, you know what I'm gonna say. So when you did come and ask for money, blah 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 blah. This is
Living.
how the control go.
Yeah,
Every tools them are gonna use by you.
for real. I live in there.
Because part of the studying
Me
is
there, man. Me listen, me there.
More you chime in and come here go upstairs go get some food. More I hear your input on this while me listen from my phone. May I listen to you again?
yeah, man. Because part of the study. 'Cause it's all about psychology. They get into your head. They induce fear in you, telling you have to fear the Father, the Creator, the Almighty, who love you more than how you love Him. But they're telling you to fear Him. So they keep you in check. Them say the wrong thing in our church, and they don't realize them not tell you say you is the only collective of the Almighty. Them I tell you about people in Israel and all them things, and they don't know nothing about the Almighty. As a matter of fact, they weren't even created by the Almighty. They told us, Livy, that the Almighty created all of us. He didn't. He didn't. And then people gonna say, "Oh, we're this and we're chosen," and no, He didn't choose us. He created us. And that's why He loves us so much. And these people have the nerves to write books and tell me and you say and create we from the dirt. But what they're not telling you is that we were created from the dust of gold. And that's why we're so precious to the Almighty. No, when you look on with skin, you know, even with attitude, as soon as a black man make a money, so the first thing he run go buy gold. And why? That's who he is. He's a golden child. But then said name all them thing in a parables and take me and you off for the whole concentration of things. You know? And them tell you say you have to go church Sunday. Me and you know say Sunday is not the Sabbath day. But that's where the Catholic Church changed it to be. And the whole confusion is you have one Almighty, one Creator, but why you have so much denomination of churches?
Right.
You know? Whole heap of denomination of churches, them have different ones. And you have the Seventh Day, you have the Baptist, you have the Anglican, you have, you know, more or less everybody. But it's like I got married into a church here and I had to go to the church for a while because that's how tradition have it, right? I wouldn't do it now. I would never do that now, you know, because I can join together with my wife, my rib, without going into a church. But I went to the church for a while, and when me up there, the pastor preached about the white man, I'd preach about cow and dog and all them things there. You know? Him not preach about love.
They don't.
Nah,
You know, Because this is love that give you that spiritual independence.
Yeah. Him not teach you about your spiritual connection to the Almighty. And one day I sit down there and I look on the wall and I say, I know some my creator no white. Because if him did white, he wouldn't treat me so. You know what I mean? He wouldn't treat me ancestor so. But that's what's before me know nothing. Me never know nothing them time there. Me just I go through and I go through to the thing until me have this encounter with this man here. I find out that the whole of my life change. And you know when loving did come and us express ourselves and our emotion and this love, I know exactly how she's feeling. Because the Almighty know when we are called out upon him. Him know when him children need him. But then we are gonna give other the glory because the pastor says so. And then take away money.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And church should never be a business. Because if you look at even in ancient time, churches was a place where people, if you don't have anything to eat, you used to go eat.
That's the part that I'm really interested in
Yeah.
having that
But
discussion
nowadays
for.
them take and then I give. Them have the sweetest suit, the prettiest car, you know? A real an artist junkie them. But them I say them love the Almighty. No. And we gave them that power. And when you draw yourself, when you see something wrong, the spirit of your soul knowing, and it will withdraw you from there.
Right.
Right? But some people feel guilty and some people get persuaded back to go back in I same thing. And then them decide them plan for you, because them gonna take more than where you can afford now. Because them say, yes, me have the idiot, you know. And some people have to realize, say, me and you sit down here so I talk. And the Almighty then now we miss. We don't need to go seek him in a no group. We don't need to go seek him in a no building because him there with we all the time. You know, many people talk about the universe and don't realize that the universe is the Almighty. That's why I'm see all things and know all things. In presence in a every way because he is the universe. But where I look on him, like I say, universe is a planet. You know?
Yeah.
But the Almighty see all things, especially to do with its children. Him know. Because one of the things the man will said to me, regardless of what was happening to us, he was always there. And you know the old cliche when they say, him now go give you nothing more than where you can bear. People gone long time, you know. When I string them up and I hang them, and you see them a kick and a jerk them. The spirit of their soul gone long time. So you just see the remnants of the effect of the body up there. A shake and a jerk and a let a fluid or whatever. But him take you a long time. No pain. Cause no say you can't be harrowed like that. Somebody come meet you off a rope long time and you gone about your business. But the trouble is, we don't know this because we had never been taught this. We had never been taught this. We true them tell if we love the Almighty, for them own farm. Yeah. But them not tell we who the Almighty really is. There is a professor in a Zimbabwean, but I think he lives in South Africa, one of them places. Mapango. Professor Mapango. He's a theologist to the core. And if you hear that man talk, say the Almighty I try to bring back all them children them together. Right? And these people, when they fear anything, they will try and destroy it. That's why they want to destroy us, because they fear us. Many people don't look upon the time where all the time I go around in eyesight faster than it was. No. It's because we are the energy beings. We are waking up the planet.
Right.
That's why everything has spin fast and it's doing others harm. It'll do them harm. God, the
Right.
man tell me, say, no, him no, say, him have to separate us from the others.
Oh yeah.
But everybody are wait for somebody to come out of the sky to come save them. Why is the pastor down here? Which you and I know, say, you have to go ask forgiveness for them for what they did. You know, but that is love.
Right.
That is love. And we need to bring some of our children to that standard,
Exactly.
you know, because they must know that regardless of what, you treat others with love, respect, kindness, and mercy. Just the same way we ask the Almighty if you treat we, you know? Because people love to say, oh, we're gods and all them things, but they're not doing anything God-like,
Right.
you know? Because everything is within us, with the Almighty. You see, the spirit of our soul never born to die. But we think because we're at this stage today, tomorrow is going to be here. No, tomorrow is a new day, new dawning, as what they say. But it's a new day. But what we need to know, we need to know who we are. The moment you start begin to know who you are, you're going to reject all impurities. And that's what you did, Sadi.
Mhm.
You reject certain things that you know, the spirit of your soul know was not right for you. Because you want to get to where and how people should be treated and how people should be taught,
Mhm.
you know, and these people they're not teach you nothing. They're
Mhm.
not teach you nothing. Like me said, they want when you come your pocket full of money.
Mhm.
You know, they got some church in Jamaica, they probably call them celestial church where, you know, them say, you know, like half of it, half Christian, you know.
Mhm.
My friend went out there because the church belongs to his grand uncle or something like that. And he said to me, you want to see the kind of Mark X them I come up in at the church yard, come park up, peer young boy with whatever, whatever. So they think that they're getting protection from that church in regards to them wrongdoing what them I do.
Mhm.
I mean, I tell you, him said that church they're rich. Him say him know say him grand uncle own it, but him close him eyes, they know want him gone. But his daughter take over and all these things, and that church is making. He said that church is making money, and he said when they asked him to come because you know family college, him say him nah go.
But what I can't understand though, there's some people that uh, that portray themselves to be sensible and can't differentiate the church from God.
Mhm.
And so even my conversation as it relates to how I feel about the church, and that's where I was. A lot of people are so caught up in it that they cannot see the separation. So by me putting on the church, now what the church, or I highlight what the church obviously become, and then I hide it no more.
Mm-mm.
They're
Broad.
offended by it.
Mhm. Yeah, because you step on and can. And remember, there's people around you who are there to make sure that you keep in line.
Mhm.
But you don't know. You just look upon them as your fellow congregation and things like that. But they're playing their role.
Mm-hmm.
And them a keep you there. Them know why that this is why with the younger people, they always do a colossal Bible study with how many children, right? Because everybody had a Bible study because they don't want you to stray from that. They don't want you to have a view of your own, a creative view, and or question anything. They're
No.
just going into the book and telling you this is what it said and this is how you should be operating.
Right.
But they don't want you to think outside the box.
Mm-mm.
Not at all. And it's painful because we suffer with ignorance because we had never been taught the correct
But
knowledge.
even the
No,
book,
you may
what
think
them
say
talk
you
about, the book of them talk about, talk about the lack of knowledge.
yeah, because many people don't even know
Full
the
die
true
for
name
lack
of
of
the
knowledge.
creator.
Mhm.
But yet still you're praying to other entity that have because when things are not working in that context, you you are wonder innately, who am I praying to?
Uh,
Why this happening? Why this happening? Why this
the
happening
book
to me?
said,
And thing because you're not playing to your correct
the book
creator.
said, the fool die for lack of knowledge. Yet still, the same book said, don't ask no question, because you're blaspheme. Where the knowledge are gonna come from if you don't ask question? They drive the fear in
Yeah,
you, so you must not.
exactly. The book when me tell you about the Apocrypha. You see, when you get one paragraph in the Bible of something,
Mm-hmm.
you will get 2 pages a hit. And even a page in there where I forget which one of them book there. But say for example, you feel that somebody has a spell on you, it will go through and tell you what name to mention and how to get this spell off of you. The Bible don't do that.
Mm.
And regarding Christianity, people must know from the start, Christianity itself was not a religion. It was a band of soldiers.
Mm-hmm.
We don't call them the SAS or them thing they nowadays are special forces. They were the one that were going around and killing and thieving people's stuff back in time. But they used to call themselves soldiers of war or whatever, and Christian soldier. And we still say it nowadays. That thing where we say onward Christian soldiers marching as to, but that's what they were. And this is how the word Christianity came about. Because them kill, rape, conquer everything. Please. And then it ended up being a religion.
Right.
But it was a band of soldiers in the beginning, in way in ancient time. And they used to march and sing the song, Onward Christian Soldier, we're marching on to war. You know what I mean? But many people don't know this. The church ain't gonna tell you. Then just want to collect. They're a business.
They want you to remain spiritual ignorant
Yeah,
so that you depend on them, so that they
yeah.
can guide you in the direction of your choice. And so we have so many people that are victim of that situation. And so if you contradict them in any way, shape, or form, they're offended
Mhm.
by because they're
Yeah,
guided by the belief that was taught to them.
yeah.
The belief that was taught to them. You know, one of the most powerful things I heard Bob Marley, not Bob Marley, but as you all know that Bob Marley utilized that Marcus Garvey.
Mm.
One powerful, so I don't know if it's something that he got from Marcus Garvey, but one of the most powerful thing, and you may not share the same, but it's okay. That I've ever heard Bob Marley said is that if he was educated, he would be a fool. If he was educated, he would be a fool. What he means by that is that if they had educated him into who they want of him, then he become a slave to them, doing what he is taught to do,
Mm.
not able to think with an independent mind. And so why do I get bashed so many times? Well, I'm gonna get it a lot, but when I raise certain topics, and the truth is that something that I practice to do anyways. Because, I try not to hurt people, but when I think what I get back over is the fact that I step outside of the box.
Mhm.
I step outside of their teaching, right? When I gain my spiritual independence, it's when I started to I was guided by who I believe to be my
Mhm.
spiritual, who I'm connected to spiritually, to guide me
Mhm.
and guide the way I think. I will never tell anybody that my way of thinking is the right way of thinking. I tell you, I'm not thinking from the program because that's not the problem. They want us to think from the program. What is the program? Program the way they program us. That's when you expose yourself to the spiritual teaching, you know. A lot of things that
Stronger
a
man.
guy don't even know. That ones that try to stand up today and being very emotional in their spiritual belief, very defensive or defensive, whatever the word is, of their spiritual belief will kill you, cut you down
Mm.
because of their spiritual belief. And that is a God that all that was taught to their parents who helped to instill those beliefs and teaching in them with the assistance and help of a pastor, which they call spiritual leader. Do you know that same family that stand up are same individual that defend their belief to the magnitude had a different circumstance and was brought to, let me say, somewhere in the Middle East and was raised in
Mm.
that Middle East would have been sharing at the same magnitude, with the same level of belief, with the same level of conviction, would have shared what the same belief of Allah or Kala or whoever that they would have taught over there. So it is even unique to the geographical location of your birth, your belief.
Yeah.
Because you have a man, they born down in a one part. They live what they learn. So when persons come in my face and I try to and I get all emotional, even though I respect their position, because that's what I think I have an obligation to do. I may not share one sentiment, and I probably have no interest in doing so, but I think I have a responsibility to respect their position. That's just how I function. So I may not share your sentiment, but I respect your position. or you believe, I'll never take it away from you. But I'm telling you, wherever that they were born and allow themselves to be taught
Mm.
by an institution such as a religious institution, they become a believer of that lesson that was taught.
Mm. Because
Do
you,
you?
me and you,
Uh-huh.
for example, we can understand why people develop themselves from a religious angle and go put themselves into a cultish way. And the same people them who respond for the cult start killing the whole people them and tell them say them a go heaven. Yes, still then turn up there and get themselves killed because somebody tell them so. No, that's deep. Man, you can understand that.
We can't understand it. They,
But
they, they, they
this is
taught
how
us
they go.
they taught us to believe in heaven. And that one day you go in there and you go there with a 1 foot
Mhm.
alley, I'll go grow back the other foot. You know, milk and honey. And in some cases,
Eh,
7 wives. There's no
Sleep I get the
diabetes.
better,
But
me know. When on the next back on? Me now come cause no trouble again.
no, 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 no. Because I pass sometimes. But let me just complete my message.
Yeah.
Because I am passing sometimes.
Say a 5:17 my time, you know.
Okay. Eh,
Nine morning. So me have to get some sleep.
all right, well, go and go take some sleep in the car.
Yeah, man. But may the Almighty nourish all the way
Yes, sir.
and keep us safe and guide us and open our eyes and mind to the truth.
Yeah, I mean,
Because
I would agree with that. Whatever the truth is, I don't know
we
what the
can't
truth
show no
is.
weakness right now.
I
Because
don't.
we supposed to reach on top of the mountain.
Yeah, I don't know what the truth is. I just know
Yeah, but we
what I
will
can
know.
find.
We will know.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Because the Almighty have a way of revealing the truth to we just the same way and put it in your mind, your body, and your soul. To say, come out.
yeah,
And that's where you come out and you start seeing better. You start realizing that, the love where you have never will compensate for where you did there.
but
Because you have a deeper and a greater love.
when I think that very possibly do it is that um,
Mhm.
everybody from all different denominations and have a convincing story of a spiritual guidance
Mhm.
to accept and to conform to the belief that they have. Though everybody a fight and everybody have different belief, they have a
Yeah.
spiritual, not spiritual,
Mhm.
but a testimony
Mhm.
that brought them there. But yet still, they are serving in different denominations, and in many
Different.
cases, even serving at different.
No make no sense. No make no sense, my brother. But
It
like
is
we
what
said,
it is.
respect Drew. One love,
Yeah, man. Hungry back.
until we meet again.
Yeah,
No
man.
give no more trouble.
Great conversation. No, no, I don't think you're that in trouble. You're just hard headed.
You
That's all it is.
know what I mean? Understanding,
Yeah, man.
understanding. We have to understand ourselves too.
Yeah, and the truth is, and I don't mind the challenge, as difficult
Mm.
as it might seem, because one of the things that I like to do is to educate others. And when you play hard and allow me to express myself and put a different perspective on it, it opens one's mind, to
Yeah,
see
but
things from a different angle.
you see me look on it, no have no problem with them things there because each one teach one.
Yes.
And sometimes look on yourself, you just a focus on the material and stuff. But now really, like you say, it make me check myself tonight, yeah.
Yeah.
because me have to have show empathy and all kind of things to others.
I learn every day,
Respect
brother.
too.
I learn every day.
Yeah. But that's how it goes still. Me
Yeah, man, it
learn
is
something
fun.
today.
Yeah,
Me learn a lot today.
yeah, man.
You know, I'm gonna give thanks same way because
Every
I know
time.
say that's what happened when we in the midst of the Almighty,
Exactly. Exactly.
you know,
Exactly.
and thing.
Yeah, man.
But you know, there's man who check me when we next on anyway.
Yeah, man. The pastor all the
But
while and say,
one love, my brother.
take care of yourself. All the best.
Respect, man.
Yeah, man.
Mm.
So, Williams, who is the moderator? So, Williams,
Yep.
who are the moderator?
You know,
About
you don't know. About then about life, you know. Along, you know, me go drop all asleep
mm.
and wake up.
That was a great discussion. Um, then I have a little bit pepper to it, but
Mhm.
you know, I am one of the person that try to be different. I try to remove emotions from my conversation all the time.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
And you know, and the sad thing is that that's just some people um, don't know how to speak. And I'm not saying tonight that's what happened here. But I'm just saying these are some of the common things that happen is that people tend to speak with their emotion. And
Mhm.
you know, and so when emotion get in the way with this feeling, it starts to blind you to the other side.
Yep.
You know, it remove objective and insert nothing but bias. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
And it
those
can
are the challenges we face.
it cause a chaos.
Yeah, yeah. So those are some of the challenges they face and platforms like this. But until next time, we'll go ahead and sign out.
Mm.
Peace, one love, blessings, and we get it. I
Somebody,
think living, I don't know, living I get quiet from so
oh,
uh, let's see.
boot it.
We can see with mashup. Look on. Ladies and gentlemen, I was just having a conversation with some members on a platform. Um, Something that we frequently do. I just learned that I can really combine them and even get you all involved at times. So moving forward, I think that's what I'm going to be doing. As long as there's an intellectual conversation, a conversation that carries some substance, I'm going to be sharing with you all. Blessings until we meet again. This is Dennis Sutherland from the Sutherland TV. Please take care of yourself. Hurricane, of course, is threatening to go to Jamaica. What I can see from the map, the eye is not too far away from Jamaica. Um, um, it has maintained. Um, I think at one point it was like lingering, and so nobody knows what direction it's gonna take. So is it going to Jamaica? I don't know. I'm just hoping somebody would have called me and let me know what's going on. But I was so tied up in this thingy that I did not get a chance to talk to anyone. check my thingy to see if I could gather any information where that is concerned. So let me read here. But who tell him to do it? I don't know. I don't know. People listen to the video. What is that? Hmm. What is that not updated? Anyhow, I don't know. Should I call somebody to see where we are in terms of hurricane? Let me try this. Let me try this. Let me try this. Let me try this. What's that kind of waste man that happened? Anything to tell me about the I'm just see if I could get any hurricane update calling people, but not hearing anything. Who I can call now? Can somebody call me 847-774-7930 with an hurricane update? Hurricane update. That. No. I want to hear from somebody read this hurricane thing we're going at. Yeah. Let's see if we got that. I can't up more call back. Well, somebody tell me what's going on with it. Under my eye now by the credit. Under my eye by the credit right now. Like a waste man. Like a waste man. I don't know where I've been there. It's about that. Who is it? No credit either. Can't find nobody at Jamaica for tell me nothing where the hurricane is concerned. 847-774-7930. Looking in my phone and allow me a call. See if it's a material. Alright, no, either. So ring the phone one time if you up more call back. Nobody. Alright. Yo, my brother, what going? No, you're not there, Jamaica. Oh, okay, okay. I'm glad it's okay, so I can't get my bed then. This is the phone live earlier. I messed up by my call somebody before. Okay. Oh, okay. So I really, really, really appreciate that. I really appreciate it. Yeah? No, would I prefer than call the other phone, but it's okay. Me I go get my bed because they're not gonna call Mario. Mario, Consa Mario, I'm gonna hear from him. There's nothing to report. So if there's nothing to report, then we'll just get up to. Okay, okay, okay. Uh, okay. Oh, no, you have breeze in Florida? Oh, wow. Jamaica clear. All right. All right, cool. Respect and thanks. Here. Blessing love. Cool, cool. So I just get a report from a virgin, great one in Florida. Said there's no rain in Jamaica, but there are actually um, a lot of breeze, wind that they're feeling out there in Florida. And if take a loose man, them, someone at Jamaica, give me a call, virgin, but they're not a credit on their phone. They don't have no credit on their phone. But him, 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 him. Him. Hold the right thing call. And then call in and the phone call. Him, 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 him. My sincere apology.
Where am I up for?
Me don't know me I talk to you, me call the phone by mistake. Though. Who me I talk to?
Because Pot talking to police.
Me.
Mm.
Me not have a number saved another phone, and that's why I see that. Sorry.
Okay,
Yeah,
well, have a good one.
I'm not feeling any rain or any wind or anything down there.
No, not at all, not at all. Right now.
Okay. All right.
Mm.
Well,
I call bless it.
yeah, I'll give you this tomorrow.
I bless up yourself,
All right.
call back.
So me have some stone I got throw at you tomorrow.
All right, me used to it. You let me do one already whenever right, but me work with the rest coming.
All right, P. What's up, sister? Look over.
All right, bless up.
Well, I think I'm going to close out now because there's nothing to report in Jamaica. That is a call from outside of central Jamaica where there is actually nothing happening right now. So, ladies and gentlemen, have a good night. And it was nice hanging with you after so long. Looking forward to start hanging with you more often than a Sutherland. Sutherland, out. Bless you.
big up Sutherland TV. You see me? You wanna be me? Then log on to Sutherland TV.